here is dead, and you can see his siblings coming to bite his tail. Do you guys see? He is not even completely dead, but they are feasting on him. So this is called cannibalism. I think he's dead. He's completely dead. He's not completely dead, but they are feeding on him, guys. Oh my god. I don't know what I'll do with this fish. You can see. You can see. Do you guys see? You're biting the fish tail, and
He swam to the other side of the pond to protect his his little body from getting beaten by his siblings. Oh my god. The fish is still alive though. It's just struggling. It's struggling to stay alive. You guys can see. Let me zoom this or let me come close. You can see it's alive. It's trying to like escape the rats of his older siblings that are biting, patching on his tail and his head. So this is cannibalism. This is the competition we talk about in catfish. Competition is very high in catfish, African catfish, because they are carnivorous animals. So you guys will understand. And I am just watching them trying to figure out what to do, just thinking about what to do. I don't know whether I should just remove the fish or just leave it in the pond for them to feast on it. So it's it's late in the night and I am about to give them their dinner. Like I said, I wanted to be feeding them 4 times, but I couldn't, so I just feed them 2 times, and I feed them in the night, guys, because the sun, the sun is so hot. So I do not feed them when the sun is hot because they won't come to the surface of the water to pick the fish. The feed, sorry, the feed is a floating feed, and they don't pick it if the surface of the water is hot. So when the water is a bit cool, when I've changed my water, I feed them immediately. That's after they have had a very good bath and they are bubbly and swimming and playing and healthy. I feed them. And you can see, guys, the water is very, very clean and they pick the feed. Like I feed them in a clean environment, in a clean state. So my babies are clean babies. So they eat their food when the water is clean, and I love that. And that way I can clearly see them. I can clearly see their body, their skin. I measured in the fish health, and so I am very, very, very um like, let me say, I focus on fish health. So I put my eyes down to notice any changes in their skin and in their movement. So this is the next day. I don't get the chance to make a video when I feed them in the morning. I don't know why, because I wake up grumpy and tired. So I just feed them. I have like more energy to make a video when I feed them at night, and this is me feeding them again at night. This is a day before Eid, and yeah, they love their meals so much. And I've noticed these days they eat a lot, they eat more. Like they do not leave the feed floating at the surface of the water. They don't leave it, and I love that because that will prevent wastage. That and That way my water will stay clean. So those tiny ones at the back that do not get a chance to come and feed when I am pouring the feed, I just throw a
feed,
little for
and
them.
one
So this is
problem
me in the
is
morning, and
Eid
yeah,
prayers. Now
I'm
I am
about to
going to
feed
feed
them.
them again. The water today is very, 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 very green. So I saw something trending on Instagram, oh sorry, on TikTok, um, where a fish farmer said, "Oh my God, they're calling prayer. I have to pause and continue." Okay, so they have finished calling prayer. So the fish farmer was talking about algal bloom. So the algae in his pond is not that much, but he was saying it's not good. So some fish farmers were challenging him that he is wrong. So I think, okay, as a fisheries expert, as a fisheries graduate, he is not wrong. He just only explained it the wrong way. What he said is that fish and the algae will be competing for oxygen, and if a person is not like an expert or is not learned, the person will never understand that fish and algae, this algae you're seeing in this water, are competing for oxygen. So that's where the problem started. So so in the pond we have zooplanktons and phytoplanktons. So I'm dropping a little so that I will just invite them to come and pick the feed. Sorry, I think this part of the water is hot, so they are not coming. Let me try and pour a little there. Let's see. So the algae is a zooplankton, and zooplankton use sunlight the way photosynthesis occurs. So the algae will use the oxygen in the water to um, manufacture their own food. So, and if they're using the oxygen, they will deprive the fish of oxygen, which will deplete the oxygen in the water, and which will make the dissolve of oxygen in this water, the pond water, very low, which will make the fish, you will now start seeing bubbles at the um like at the surface of the water, and then you see the fish coming to the surface to get water and going back into the pond to get water. So sometimes when your pond water is very turbid, you will notice that like the fish will just come up and get oxygen and go back inside. So the algae bloom causes turbidity. When your water is not very clean too, it causes turbidity. Like even if you have like dust and other like dirt and like particles in the water, all this causes depletes the oxygen in the water. So that's why the main one that they were like talking about was the algae. So what you need to do when you have like fingerlings, you need to make sure that you reduce it, and we have different methods of reducing algal bloom. You can introduce a fish that feeds on plants, like we have our tilapia, and and tilapia fish feeds on plants, and tilapia can feed on the algal bloom. But for the catfish, they are carnivorous animals. That's the Clarias gallopinus we have in this pond. They are carnivorous animals, so we do not expect them to utilize the feed on the algae. They will feed on zooplanktons and phytoplanktons, but not as much as like herbivorous fishes like the tilapia fish do. So mostly catfish are carnivorous. That's why cannibalism is high. If you could remember yesterday, I was showing you guys one of the fish that was almost dead, and they were just perching on the tail and the fin, the caudal and the pectoral fin. They were just perching on it because it was not strong, so they are taking advantage of the fish, and they're just even biting the fish and feeding on the fish even though it's not strong. You can see that's because they are carnivores. So I hope you guys understood this fact. So they are eating. I am loving this face of my fish. Can you guys see? When I drop feed for them, they hardly come and pick, but now I'm so happy that they feed, guys. They feed on their fish. And look at Zoom Zoom. Zoom Zoom, say hi. Say hi. Zoom Zoom. This video, but why I have this net is just to reduce the penetration of sunlight, because I do not want sun to be much, and if yeah, I just want a shade for them, because if the sun is much, the algae will be much too, due to the fact that the algae, the zooplanktons will use the sunlight. Yeah, photosynthesis will occur. That's why I don't want that. So let me check on my farm and see, guys. So I planted carrots and pepper. I do not see any growth, but I am still hoping. And my lemongrass is growing. My lemongrass is thriving. Yesterday I was not around. I went to make my hair for Salah, so I was not able to water the farm. That's why it's looking dry. But inshallah today I'm going to water it. So I drained the pond and I'm kind of mopping it so I reduce the algal bloom, but the pond water is very low, so it's disturbing the fish, and I don't want to disturb my fish. I don't like stressing my babies. I don't like stressing them. Zoom zoom. Oh my god, look at zoom zoom. That black big one is zoom zoom. You can see how it zooms off. So that's guys. I even lost him from the camera. I have to use my eyes. Guys, good morning. So today the weather is a bit humid. As you guys can see, it's not very hot, and this is um so it is 9:17 a.m. and I am going to feed them. Yeah. So I normally don't feed them when the weather is hot because feeding them 9, and you can see guys, they are hungry. They are so hungry.
These coming days, I will be feeding them very early in the morning, inshallah, and I will be feeding them by 6 p.m. I do not want to continue feeding them at night. So I thought I should show you guys what they look like now. Last week, I made a video of me weighing the fish, and we had 7 grams, 8 grams, and 20 grams. So hopefully by the end of this week I'm going to take the weight of the fish, inshallah. I pray I have the chance to do so, and I'm hoping we get 30 grams. So I hope you guys enjoy this series. I hope you guys are loving everything about this new series. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share this video, comment if you have a question, and see you guys in my next one. Bye.